All right, class, this is example 2 on page 283. These we're going to try and find supplements and complements of angles. If I had the angle 60 degrees, and I said, what is the complement? Many of you would be able to get to 30 degrees. You'd say, well, 60 and 30 add to 90. Okay. Similarly, if I said, okay, if I had 60 degrees again, but now I wanted the supplement. Okay, well, what two numbers add up to get to be 180? It's 120. Right? Most of you would be able to get to this step. Okay, by in your head, just figuring out what angles add together to get to 90, if you're given 60, and what two angles add together to get to 180. Now, the actual math you're doing, this is maybe the part you don't really realize you're doing, is you're subtracting. In this case, you're taking 90 minus 60 equals 30, and in this case it's 180 minus 60 equals 120. Okay, so you're subtracting. This is in degrees. You're familiar with degrees. Okay, but now we're introducing radians, and we're not quite as familiar with radians. So we start with example 2, which says, okay, 2 pi over 5. What is its complement and what is its supplement? Okay, well, first let's start with complement. Okay, complement in degrees is two angles that add to 90. So we would take 90 minus our angle. Okay, but we need to be in radians. So what radian measure means the same as 90 degrees? Okay, well, how many radians in a full circle? About 6.28, right? Or 2 pi. 2 pi is one whole circle. I guess I can move over here a little bit. 2 pi is one whole circle. So half of a circle, 3.14, the pi is pi, right? Well, what would be, this is half of a circle, or 180 degrees. Well, what would be half of that? Well, half of pi would be pi over 2. Okay, so this would be 360 degrees. This would be 180 degrees. Pardon, this is really tough to write on. This one's a new one for me, but hopefully you can bear with me. And then we want 90 degrees, so we're going to take pi and divide it by 2. Anyways, why do we do all that? Okay, because our formula is to find the complement, you take 90 degrees, in this case pi over 2, and you subtract your angle, 2 pi over 5. Okay, so now we just have to figure out the math here. What's a common denominator? Well, in this case, 2 and 5 both go into 10. So I'm going to put 10 on the bottom here and 10 on the bottom here. How did I get to 10 from 2? I took the top and the bottom times 5. So instead of a 2, we have 5 pi over 10. Over here, we multiplied by 2. This would turn to 4. So now the math is 5 pi minus 4 pi over 10, or pi over 10. This is the complement of our original angle. Okay, now we got to find the supplement. To find the supplement, we're going to subtract 180. Well, we just found up here that pi and 180 mean the same thing. So we're going to take pi minus our angle of 2 pi over 4. Common denominator, in this case, would be 5, which would turn this to 5 pi. So we take 5 pi minus 2 pi, 3 pi over 5. 3 pi over 5 and 2 pi over 5 are supplements. This is the supplement of this angle. Okay? I think you can do part B. I'll let you try part B on your own. All right, thanks for listening.